and that is it. So we are all caught up, all ready for some more action. Team Regen GG2, we have Jezo versus Firstbones with Tell the Toaster and Hobhunks. Hollow Bastion, Palutena, R.O.B. Let's see, are we going to get some early combos right away?
Very small stage, less space for R.O.B to have to control. We'll see how Jezo deals with it, but coming out with some nice aggression. I love the attempt at the gyro drop into the fading up air. Getting some nice damage here, avoiding Palu completely.
Yeah, his initial gyro toss did 16% because it was slightly charged before he unleashed it. That bit of extra damage. Now we see Palu stuff, so not your conventional Palu combo, but puts her momentarily in the lead. Now gyro in hand, that's what you always want to see if you're the R.O.B player.
So into that up air, just that classic R.O.B conversion, and we're seeing here Jezo like establishing a bit of early dominance. Really nice to see, just taking it straight to Palu, not afraid of the size of R.O.B hindering, because that's always going to be a factor, as we see there with that neutral air. Taking advantage of R.O.B's size, the back air comes out to try and get some control.
And goes for the back throw, knows that at this percent you can't really read what the mash is going to be on a down throw, so just tries to go for stage control instead. I agree with that decision. Doesn't lead to too much, but Jezo with a comfortable lead right now. Now we're going to see down throw into the up air.
What a catch, popping out the ground, and not even visible as Palu, and just the hulking mass that is R.O.B. Going for those gyro re-grabs off that nair to try and get something even more special going there. Firstbones is a stock down versus Jezo, and Jezo's not even in red percent yet. Mid percent is still here, but the up air is going to come out catching.
Double jump is gone though, so he's forced to go into that upbeat. R.O.B would rather, if you're going to force someone into upbeat, it might as well be R.O.B. He's probably the least affected. Goes for the Z drop on the gyro. Nearly could have set up something very, very big. But I really, really like just hiding under the platform, say, okay, you want to do landing nairs and stuff? Find a way to land on me then.
Come and get me. I challenge you. Offstage situation, trying to challenge the back air of Palu there, but not finding it. Lovely air.
He's using so much fuel. If he gets hit off stage one more time, he's not going to have enough to make it back. He's forced to use the back air to recover, and that is going to be a stock taken from Firstbones. That was Jezo focusing, I guess, on speed to try and recover as quickly as he could, but I needed to see a few more taps on that up B recovery instead to make the fuel last a little bit longer. He left himself without any gas in the tank.
Catching on a lovely up tilt again into the up air, building huge damage. We saw the reverse nair, and Palutena with the reverse nair from R.O.B instead. In that situation, the laser is going to tack on even more damage. Certainly not going to kill, but certainly a huge tool. The nair train is leaving the station, and you better have booked your ticket, but R.O.B able to get off.
Doesn't go for the down smash though. Was waiting for a defensive option. Jezo could have just swung, but too late for that now. Instead, Palutena is making this comeback happen. Firstbones, at the end of the day, he went the whole set with Hungry Box was just a bunch of comebacks from both players. Certainly a familiar environment, learning more and more about R.O.B and Jezo as a player as this goes on. Perfect parries on the gyro. I do like the landing up air attempt too.
That patience as well we saw from Jezo in that recovery. As we see impact on 1%. Yeah, the patience there just to not get caught in any of Palu's funny options. But the gyro coming back to bite R.O.B this time, as Palu not only retains it, but takes a stock to boot. Going for that back end, we've seen Jezo throw that out so much at ledge. Not quite found its mark yet, but this up throw will, and pile driving Palutena's brain straight into the stained glass of Hollow Bastion, breaking the glass, breaking the stocks, and here we go. We're on up air and nair city.
Things are going out of control real quick for Jezo. I'm also seeing as this game goes along, there is definite R.O.B matchup experience from Firstbones. The way he grabbed the gyro, killed off it, but also kept it for the next stock and got a nair off with the gyro in hand. This guy knows how to play with gyro, and he knows how to back air a R.O.B off stage. It could be time.
We're going to get that down air to spike, but R.O.B is now at ledge. Setting up, going retreating to try and get the gyro spacing, but not finding it quite yet. I love the Z drop into the laser, attempting that pressure with the back air. The invincible shield of Palutena is coming out here to secure more percent, climbing higher and higher. As is R.O.B there, you don't want to be up in the air versus Palutena with that up air.
Off stage though, if the gyro can connect into something, it could be all over. Instead, that's going to have to be a re-grab of sorts. Still invincible because there was the jump restored, but now gyro is back in Firstbones' hands, and he knows how to keep those aerials coming even when carrying the item. Living with a prayer there, clashing with the forward tilt, but the back air does it instead.
Securing that first game is Firstbones after a ropey looking start.
Oh, yes.
Just starting to play the matchup so much better. Basically, just instead of sitting back and trying to pick the moments when he could, Firstbones switched halfway through that set. Obviously getting more comfortable fighting R.O.B, but also just like, I'm just going to swing at you. You're Xiao, you'll get was, and I'm going to take advantage of that fact fully to make sure I'm getting that damage on. We saw Jezo have those signs of life, though. The one thing that sort of stuck out to me, and I think I said it in the previous set as well, Jezo went for rather repetitive ledge traps, and that's the thing with R.O.B. Obviously, you've got that gyro to put down, and that's perfect, that's excellent, but the back air just kept coming out. Reading a neutral getup or a roll where the back air would sort of shoot you straight into it, but not finding its mark repeatedly, and as a result, it didn't go in Jezo's favor. We need a few more effective ledge traps if we want to see Jezo take a game. Hollow Bastion is once again the never mind. Spoke far too soon. There's deliberation. Conflab. Oh no, there's not. They're just putting Shirazo and Note on. Battle for him, a Hollow Bastion, as we continue this intense battle between one of Italy's finest and the up-and-coming robotic operating buddy in Jezo. Here we go. Game 2, we know what Jezo's got to do to secure this one. Let's see if it comes out.
Yep, so no change of state. We're just going to see, are we going to go for an air? We're going to go straight for an air. How did I know, Hop-Hunks? And it's going to connect as well. Going for a reverse one there to actually keep it going even further. Misses the mark on it. It's that little bit of extra risk for a bigger reward. But Firstbones right now, he's looking so comfortable. When you bring a match back that strongly, I don't blame him for thinking it's fine to just go aggro and see what I can do. Freestyle a bit on this R.O.B.
I like the attempt at the down there, mixing what was being done on ledge, failing the punishment. Here we go, the back air was going to connect that time. And Jezo just swinging those big arms at R.O.B straight at Palutena, the up tilt into the up air. The consistency we saw with that last game is still here, evidently. Just clipping with the last little bit of that falling up air to secure the landing and make sure that Jezo isn't going to do anything to thwart Palutena's recovery. I love the attempted down air, which we saw come out before, not find its mark, come out certainly a threat. The gyro bouncing off the stage, it's still in hand, throwing it! Ooh, that would have been absolutely me.
You know what, let's go for the, does attempt the up air again, but he short hops. I don't know if that's what he wanted. Palutena got extremely high off the back of it, but it was a short hop aerial that would have done less damage. And instead, off the missed tech, we're going to get Palutena's up air, and it will find its mark. And now it's time again. The washing machine's on, and it's on 40.
Oh, and it's on 67
Never mind.
For a
Set that washing machine to 120. Evaporate the clothes until there's nothing left. A 0 to death from Firstbones. Unbelievable.
Back air, the offstage situation is once again created. If you're Jezo right now, you've got to be thinking, uh-oh, what do I do against this Palutena? It was looking pretty hopeful thus far. A stage spike on the gyro, and the teleport failing. Jezo getting ready to cover with that yout down there.
Sometimes God says, I want R.O.B to win now. And the gyro just decided to stage spike. Okay, well, Jezo back in this, but things are looking so good for Palutena right now. Firstbones is building up the numbers once again.
I love the Z drop on that gyro just to get down, not finding its mark initially, but eventually allowing R.O.B to get down. The down tilt thwarted by the invincibility of the back air.
Yeah, and actually uses the dash attack invincibility to grab the gyro. That's another one of those things that Palutena does so well in this matchup. She can just shut the gyro down with her own dash attack, back air, anything to catch it. And now Firstbones is just showing me so much experience. R.O.B is basically no problem for him right now. Can he secure the job in game 2, or are we going to have something frankly remarkable?
Love the wait.
Gas again.
Hell of a patient wait from Jezo there to avoid that death by down.
No option.
But the gas is gone. The robot has fallen, and Palutena in a more dominant restart takes game 2. Firstbones, as you say, is showing that breadth of matchup experience. The fact that, again, stealing the gyro right away from R.O.B, not only like in neutral but at ledge as well, using the dash attack, the back air, rising to grab that gyro and take that ledge trap away from R.O.B. It makes it so much harder for R.O.B to contest Palu, because of the fact that if you can cope with gyro, you can cope with R.O.B. It's the entire basis of the character.
And it is such a statement as well when you can get a R.O.B to run out of fuel, because Do you know how much fuel he has?
Quite a bit of it.
He can recover forever, and even when you're not like just using it the whole way, you can still tap it to make the fuel last even longer. Jezo hasn't been doing that, but I don't blame him for eyeing up Pyra, Mythra, or Wolf right now because the R.O.B was looking solved there. If you have two different scenarios where a Palutena has edge-guarded you for so long that you run out of fuel, that's worrisome. So the Pyra, Mythra, I think we need to see it right now, Hoppunks.
Yeah, it's got to be some huge change. Jezo has locked in, getting ready to lock in, certainly.
He's put the key in the door. Is he going to twist?
Here we go, switching characters, and who can blame Jezo? Like, if you can solve the matchup with R.O.B, it's so much easier, especially for a character with such strong options like Palutena.
Look at the smile on Firstbones as well. He is delighted with this counter pick. That's a, okay, job's done kind of look.
Exactly.
Let's see if he's correct. Right now, Jezo with the teeny weeniest of leads, but it's time to just analyze this brand new character right on the spot.
Jezo just getting these little straight hits and the retreat and speed of Mythra coming in really nicely there, getting the punish off the net, and the grab looking much more aggressive and comfortable in just swinging at Palutena. Here is Jezo.
Yeah, it's the first time we've seen a new stage. It's not Hollow Bastion as well, so clearly the Pyra Mythra was in mind the whole time. Just doing the forward smash!
And the up tilt bottom comes out here. The up tilt from Palutena answering straight back, but Mythra so quick, just able to swing on the way down. I love the spawning. Okay, that's a look. You don't see that very often, but it looks really good. It's worked very well thus far. F tilt from Pyra. Pyra's here, sorry. Bottom one. Mythra went away, but Pyra is out.
Yeah, and it can often be hard. We'll see more and more Pyra depending on how confident the Mythra player is in their opponent. But Jezo clearly still worried about Firstbones using Mythra even when Palutena is at Pyra's kill percent, because he knows he still needs to win neutral more times and doesn't feel confident he can get those Pyra kills unless he can really set up something specific. So the Mythra carries on for now, but now that we're at 148, we have to see Pyra to get the job done.
Here we go, the massive strength of the Flame Sword coming out here. The neutral air, just catching that roll and killing Palutena there. Mythra straight back out to build up that percent. We've seen Mythra build up a lovely little death. Palu, the back air, is going to come out the jump block save though. And there we go, Prominence Revolt is going to secure that recovery. Switching back to Mythra, ready for another Photon edge path, but instead of it's just a nice safe up B. The down throw into the up air, looking for a little string. Here is Jezo, but countered by a young back air.
Has to Photon edge, actually avoids the explosive flame so well. Goes for the reverse on the Lightning Buster, but it wasn't his greatest idea in the book of tricks. He's even laughing and smiling in the player cam, and nearly
goes the journey with a Photon edge. We've seen it catch twice.
Photon edge, I'm going off the edge, lads. See ya.
Photon edge, third time was not quite the charm, but the fourth one connects again.
Okay, so back in the lead for Jezo. It feels a little bit of an uncomfortable lead, it has to be said, but there's a more successful Lightning Buster. Back into Pyra. Can we do it? Yes, we can!
Oh my lord, so much more dominance coming out here. Jezo using both characters, their fullest potential, just racking up that percent, getting out a dodge with Mythra, and when the time is right, coming in with Pyra's massive strength and just taking things. That dash attack, huge punish, not coming into a grab, but instead creating an offstage situation.
This is the game plan. When you fear your opponent's neutral and their character so much, you want to spend as little time on Pyra as possible. And Jezo is doing exactly that. We've seen Pyra only for the kills, and otherwise he has simply fought as Mythra. That's what he wants. Mission accomplished.
Not switching there, instead he's getting a nice air dodge and fade away through Firstbones, but the explosive flame is going to connect. The up air is coming out, but misses again. The ray of, the chroma dust coming out, the ray of punishment, not the one there. Switching into Pyra, maybe put that fear into Firstbones.
Yeah, it's slightly heavier and has that option to return straight down the stage with an up B. The back air though, oh my word, it nearly did the job far too soon.
Back air coming out, we're going to see the switch to Mythra. No, we're not. We're going to go see the Prominence! Not quite revolting enough to kill that early.
Yeah, I think maybe he even switched and switched back. I thought I heard the sound. I might have been wrong. But that was an unpredictable recovery to say the least. And now Jezo with the full stock lead. This time, is he going to switch back? No!
Oh, the Prominence revolted stick in that little nick, that tiny hit that it needed. Palu not having the chance to recover. Pyra instead taking that game for Jezo. Such a confident
Okay, we
nice.
have found the adaptation. We found Jezo's specialty. He did some obvious photon edge recoveries with Mythra. He even did some photon edges nearly off the stage to worry us, make us think, okay, Pyro and Mythra, their main weaknesses when they're off stage. I'm putting that into my player resume as well. I'm going to make it look like you can go and get me. Actually, no. I recover extremely well with Pyro, and I'm going to kill you with the weakest spike in the game.
Yeah, that was... We saw Jezo... Traditionally, you think Mythra and Pyro, especially Mythra, you go in, you get those strings, you keep that aggression on. But Jezo played Mythra similar to how he was playing R.O.B, just getting in, getting those little bits, fading back to that neutral, getting that little hit again, obviously, you know, that massive blade that Mythra does have, and switching to Pyro really effectively. I thought that was such a interesting way to play that character, man. Especially with, again, like how we're used to seeing it be so very aggressive, securing those kills when they matter with Pyro, but sticking with the tried and true Mythra. That was an excellent bit of adaptation from Jezo. Firstbones considering the stage list to see where we would be headed to next. The initial choice.
We could be seeing the Aegis for up to 2 more games yet. This would be a heck of a comeback. The first time I've ever seen the Jezo Pyro Mythra in my life. Well, well, well. This is a counter-pick war. Get your Fighters Pass 2 downloaded because we're using some DLC. Here comes Sephiroth from Firstbones.
And 4 of the Fighters Pass 2s. A one-winged angel versus the Aegis here. And straight away set up the double Shadow Flare. The aggression from Sephiroth is coming out, and that big sword contesting so effectively, calling out that scintilla. Was Mythra there? We gotta see. You gotta think. Palutena was very solid, but Sephiroth, because of that range game, is going to be so good versus Pyro Mythra. Yeah, Mythra's got the speed, but Sephiroth's got that range to just keep you out.
Yeah, this is also a playstyle mix-up. Palutena, not the quickest. She wants to hold back and get the combo started at her own leisure. Sephiroth is just going in!
And that photon edge, not as big an issue when you've got a counter as effective as Sephiroth. Lovely dash trying to call it out. No Octo there, but the neutral air is going to come out. Sephiroth famously rather light. His weakness being proclaimed as such. Reversing the Shadow Flare there, not piling it on.
That's exactly why Pyra is staying out, even when Sephiroth not at traditional kill percent, but gonna have to do one of those famous recoveries right now to get away from the big, big sword.
He's taking it off that down air. You wouldn't even think that looked like a glancing hit for Pyra. There are no glancing hits, just finishing one. The dash attack coming in for Mythra and looking to pile on that aggression, pressure Sephiroth, who, yes, you've got the narrow shield, but Sephiroth very long range, very strong, but rather slow on the startup for a lot of maneuvers.
Yeah, the roll in from Sephiroth was a big risk. I thought we were going to see a lightning buster. Instead, we continue, but Jezo is bringing this all the way back. The parries! Says, I'm not here, Aerith. I will be living, thank you very much. And here is a burning blade for your troubles.
Hell of a blazing in. One wing maybe not coming into things, singeing the feathers of Sephiroth. The blade dash is coming out the down end, nearly finding its mark. Blazing end is going to come out to keep Sephiroth at that ledge. But the short hop reversed up air is going to get that kill.
Okay, so Jezo on the winner's side, Stocken decides to go for a smash flare with it. It certainly would have equalized, but things are now looking a bit better for Firstbones. 46% build up, and a ledge trap scenario is all it takes. Huge final stock from Firstbones. Gets the read, gets the forward smash. I don't even remember seeing Wing in that game.
It came out once, and then the kill was secured, and that was that. You saw that Sephiroth, that lovely down tilt to catch the recovery of the Aegis. Pirates staying out there entire that last stock, obviously searching for that kill so vigorously, wanting to equalize, and that in the end was the downfall of the character. Didn't switch to Mythra, wanted to secure that kill, and as a result, Sephiroth was able to take advantage of the limited recovery of the Aegis and secure it with that down tilt.
That was pretty much a case of Game 4, I'm going to flex how well I can recover with Pyra and Mythra, and then Game 5, I'm going to punish your exuberant recoveries. Just the air dodge read was sublime.
Just excellent. Excellent, just holding it. They're getting the strong hit as well because of the slash that comes out with that F smash. And speaking of slashing, we've got another sword on the way.